Good morning to you. It must be 5 a.m. somewhere out there on the East Coast because it's time for another edition of Hardison's Tips. I'm your host, Brian Hardison. Glad to be with you on this beautiful Friday, the 13th day of August. The year is slowly closing. We're leaving the third quarter, coming into the fourth quarter. I hope your sales are where you want them to be. If not, we need to be working on our plan. Remember, just don't go to work to wait. Let's go to work with a plan. So, you're trying to get dressed, get ready. Let's unpack some of this. All week, we've been talking about the beliefs that hinder salespeople because salespeople should be thinking creatively and untapped opportunity to reach their goals and their dreams. So, for the last segment, looking at some of the impediments that we talked about during the week and how to overcome them, I'd like to place on your mind with this last segment of how we can reduce the essentials of the sales process down to some fundamental steps that apply to almost every selling situation, whether it's key account, major account, up and down the street, in-home sales, retail sales, automotive sales. Let's look at some process steps. We need to engage with the right people. There's questions that we ask to make sure that we're in front of the right person or persons. If not, we must find a way to have all parties at the table. Are you making them comfortable with you? There's a big difference between having a conversation versus an interrogation. We want a conversation so the customer can relax and you can ask the questions you need to uncover their wants, pains, needs, desires. Once we have that, are you showing them how you give them what they're looking for? Usually it's in the product presentation. Somewhere you're giving a feature advantage or feature functionality benefit around that footprint that you're selling. It shows them what they're currently doing and what your solution is going to alleviate them from that pain. Do we gain agreement on moving forward or the next step? Are you asking little trial closes along the way before it's time to talk about numbers? The biggest thing to me that I see that all salespeople, we hate to follow up. And that's because we didn't take good, copious notes and we're following up all over the place because we have nothing really to talk about. But by following up right, we can ledger that satisfaction to other opportunities. By leveraging that opportunity helps us expand our database. The heart, the soul is all in the process and commanding consistently, mastering consistently your process. When you find out a way of doing that, customers on the other side, they see value in what you do. So when you're ruled by the belief that you must believe in the product before you can sell it, you're limiting your ability to be at the next level of all professional salespeople. That's why we need to master the basics. It removes possibilities from your ability and your customer viewing you, and it keeps open the options because the customers many times may not tell you, but when they see something that's knowledgeable, that makes sense, that the other salespeople didn't ask or touch on in their product presentation, your stock, your value goes up. So no wonder that salespeople hold the belief that only archive or a fraction of their potential is being used. They're not mastering the basics. If this belief of one of the fundamental talents of your opinion is as true to all salespeople across the time, I would try to get the courage of my conviction and change your attitude, master the processes. Your job is not to impose your opinion on the customer's behavior because you cannot control a customer. I can control my processes, and that's what you need to be focusing on. So, one thing has not changed over the centuries of people selling to other people, and that is buyers don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. The basics of too many of today's salespeople are not that important because it's all about the close. Asking high gain questions and recapping the conversation shows the customer that you've earned the value of being a professional salesperson. Always start here and guarantee you'll do fine. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with another Hardison's tip on this beautiful August the 13th, halfway through the month. Hopefully, you're on track to get those bonuses that you need to have a good lifestyle. Until then, always remember, make it a champion day.